Quite a few of these cars, they were still, there was still a need for electric vehicles, and we were working on improving the model like every car. So now we move to more modern day.
で、私どもはですね、もっとこうより今現代的な時代へとですね移ってくるわけですよね。
And used to be when we would go out, we would have to sell the concept of electric vehicles to our audience before we would talk about our company at all. Now, in modern day, everyone believes what we were selling years ago, that electric cars are here to stay, and they are the car of the future. Every auto manufacturer, I think in the world now, is working on some version of an electric car at this point. With that knowledge, every single manufacturer is either working on a very high-end sports car or a passenger sedan. So ZAP has chosen to not compete with that mass. The largest market is the passenger sedan market. That's the largest market. As a company, we've chosen not to compete in the largest market. So what we have chosen to do as a company is to focus on government and fleet market. And we are one of the few, if not the only company, that has an electric full-size pickup truck, an electric van, and an electric taxi. Both of these vehicles are on a General Motors platform.
で、こちらの方の後ろの方とこちらありますけどね、この2つの車両に関しましてですね、プラットフォームは GM のものを使用して
ZAP has integrated these GM platforms with our integrated system to be an electric vehicle. Patents, U.S. approved patents in the U.S. for this whole design. So this is a patented design by ZAP. Patented, yes, U.S. patent. Korean military base, with some of these all over fleet and government application parts. Globally, creating incentives for electric vehicles. This is one piece of our focus. Our other focus is the taxi business. We believe we're in position to put more taxis on the road than any company in the world. So the Chinese government, because of this very strict mandate, the Chinese government has actually hired me as a consultant in the wealthiest province in China to advise them, to how to quickly get these electric vehicles to the market to meet this very strict mandate. The Chinese government has mandated that by 2011 they'll have 500,000 electric vehicles on the road by 2011.
2011 next year.
Yes, very tight mandate.
中国の政府がですね、この電気自動車
The mandate is so tight, they want to make sure that they avoid all of those mistakes that already made. And so it turned out most of the mistakes became the company's biggest asset. So the government of China has helped us find a platform, which was this platform, a Chinese platform, which is the only vehicle in China that I'm aware of that had enough of a quality standard to be exported to Europe. So, starting from a decent platform, which was not easy in China, we made this taxi with a 300-kilometer range, and how long? We have two 200 kilometers and one 300. I've been asked by a lot of experts in the industry that is electric vehicle technology mature enough for mainstream consumers?
For now, it's already.
Well, the answer is it's not.
Not yet.
A common consumer still has anxiety for where am I going to plug in, and how far can I go, and what happens if I run out. They haven't fixed that. Station operators, you understand, if somebody's running low, they pull into your gas station, they feel comfortable, they fill up, they're happy again. And if they're low and they don't fill up, if they know that you're nearby, they still feel comfortable. So for a passenger car and the consumer market, it's still very risky to be an electric vehicle business. The problem will get fixed, but it's probably going to take a good 10 more years. That's why we chose it. We know taxis have a predetermined amount of range that they're going to go in a day. City of Hangzhou needs 300 kilometers. City of Harbin needs 200 kilometers. And then the same with governments. They all use a very set route, and they know what it is. So there's no anxiety. They know where they're going to fill up, and they know how far they're going to go every day. Electric vehicle technology is mature enough right now for that type of market. Again, which is the reason why we chose to stay. So ZAP as a company is really an R&D company, and it's just the way that we do our R&D is a little bit different. Many companies will just do all of their efforts on a bench test and test and test and test on a computer and a simulation. At ZAP, we build, we put it out on the market, and we test it in real-world applications. We're one of the few companies that does it that way. Additionally, we've kept on the line of consumer products, a smaller product, which is a product that we can test emerging technologies in a small product, and if it's successful in a consumer environment, we scale that up for automotive use. So many of the things that look like they won't work on a bench test end up working in reality, and many things that look like they'll work in reality don't work on a bench test. Many of the experts said wheel hub motor technology will never work in an automobile. If you hit a bump, curb, it'll destroy the whole motor. We put thousands in our scooters and our ATVs and all of our smaller products, bumps, curbs, ditches, and the motors hold up perfect. So we know when we put it in an automobile, it's not going to be a problem. I'll show you one more. This was designed again specifically with a three-wheel configuration so that we could bring it to market right away. Unlike the Zebra line, we incorporated a tremendous amount of safety in this vehicle. And so it has a built-in roll cage like a NASCAR race car, and is actually safer than most passenger vehicles on the road. This car is one of the finalists in the international $10 million X Prize, which is the prize to use technology for the benefit of humanity. Last race with the X Prize at the Michigan Speedway, I have decided to continue on with this car, not only for the market, it's a low-cost, sexy performance car, but also in the race circuit to create a lot of awareness for electric vehicles as a performance vehicle in the race circuit. So even though this car is not part of ZAP's core business plan of being fleet and corporate vehicles, what we're using this car is to showcase ZAP's capability, its style, engineering capabilities, and integration capabilities so that the world can see, even though these vehicles don't look very sexy, we have the capability to design and engineer and integrate a car that can perform with the top vehicles in the world. We'll take you across the street where we're building some of the other prototypes, but we're building this car to outperform some of the most expensive and exotic vehicles that you can buy on the market today, and put this on the market for people that want to, again, have their heads turned and feel that excitement for about a $35,000 price point. Last week at the Michigan Speedway, this vehicle in the races, they had the cornering test. First try, made it through its cornering test, where some of its competitors that they spent $30 million on took 40 tries to make it through the same test. So we'll take you over now and let you see some of the prototypes being built and some of the R&D that we're doing, and give you a little idea of a few more things that ZAP's doing.
まあそれもあるんですけど、要するにそういう限られた場所で使うとナンバーが必要なんですよ。それから電気ですから歩道を走れるんですよ。要するにこちらの電気車ありますよね。ホイールチェアにしてる電気あれはですね、歩道を走れるんですよ。だからこういうの
On the charging station.